Alright, so let's talk about something incredibly important. Your money, specifically your money in your 30s. This isn't just another decade, it's a pivotal time where the financial decisions you make, or don't make, can literally shape the rest of your life. We're talking about laying down the serious groundwork for financial freedom, or, unfortunately, digging a hole that gets tougher and tougher to climb out of. I've seen it happen time and time again, and trust me, financial regret is a heavy burden to carry, especially when you realize later on that a few smart moves earlier could have changed everything. So, get ready. Join me as I take on the challenge of sharing my top tips to avoid financial regret in your 30s. Your 30s can be a game changer when it comes to finances. This decade is all about growth, exploration, and establishing a solid foundation for your future. You're likely hitting your stride in your career, maybe your income is increasing, and you're starting to think more seriously about long-term goals like buying a house, starting a family, or just building some serious wealth. But with these opportunities come new complexities and potential pitfalls. It's so easy to get caught up in the now, the lifestyle upgrades, the new experiences, and forget that the future you is counting on the present you to make some smart choices. That's why I'm making this video. I want to break down the common mistakes I see people make and give you actionable advice, the kind of stuff I wish someone had drilled into my head when I was starting out. We're going to cover everything from understanding where your money is actually going to tackling debt, saving for that far-off thing called retirement, which isn't as far off as you think, and even investing in your most important asset, yourself. So grab a coffee, maybe a notepad, and let's get into it because avoiding these regrets is key. Alright, let's dive straight into the first major blunder I see people making in their 30s. Not having a clue, and I mean zero clue, about their actual financial situation. It's honestly shocking how many people are just winging it. They might know their salary, they see money come in, and then they see money go out, but the details? Completely fuzzy. This isn't just about being a bit disorganized. It's about making massive financial decisions in the dark. Think about it. If you don't know precisely what's coming in, and more importantly, where every single dollar is going out, how can you possibly optimize anything? You're essentially guessing, and guessing with your financial future is a recipe for disaster, or at the very least, a lot of missed opportunities and unnecessary stress. One of the biggest mistakes people make in their 30s is not having a clear picture of their financial situation. They might be making good money, maybe more than they ever have before, which can create a false sense of security. But if they're not tracking their expenses meticulously, that good money can disappear into thin air. Little purchases here, subscriptions there, a few too many dinners out, it all adds up incredibly fast. This lack of awareness inevitably leads to overspending, often on things that don't even bring that much value, and a critical lack of savings. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. You pour more water in, your income, but it just keeps draining out if you don't plug the holes. Untracked expenses. If you're not aware of where your money is going, how can you possibly make smart financial decisions? You can't. It's that simple. You can't create an effective budget. You can't identify areas where you can cut back painlessly. And you certainly can't plan for big goals like a down payment or investing. Getting a clear financial picture isn't about restricting yourself. It's about empowering yourself. It's about taking control so your money works for you, not the other way around. So the first step, before anything else, is to get honest and track everything. Seriously, everything. For at least a month. You'll probably be surprised, maybe even a little horrified, but it's necessary. Okay, moving on to another massive financial regret I see plaguing people in their 30s. Not prioritizing debt repayment, especially that nasty high-interest kind. I'm talking about credit card debt, personal loans, sometimes even those lingering student loans with less than favorable terms. It's so easy to accumulate debt, maybe from younger years, maybe from unexpected life events, or just from lifestyle creep. But letting it hang around, making only minimum payments, that's like willingly setting your money on fire every single month. The interest charges are brutal, and they are actively working against your efforts to build wealth. It's a constant drain, a financial ball and chain. Another mistake is not prioritizing debt repayment. High-interest loans and credit card balances can quickly spiral out of control, leaving you feeling overwhelmed and stuck. That feeling of dread when the credit card bill arrives, or the constant mental gymnastics of figuring out how to cover payments. It's exhausting and incredibly stressful. And here's the kicker. The money you spend on interest, that pure profit for the lenders, is money that could be working for you. It could be in your investment account, compounding and growing. It could be in your emergency fund, providing peace of mind. Instead, it's just vanishing, lining someone else's pockets, and keeping you further away from your financial goals. Think about the opportunity cost. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar not invested in your future, not used to build your wealth over time. If you have a credit card charging you 20% or more, that's an immediate 20% return you get by paying it off. You're not going to find a guaranteed 20% return in the stock market, not consistently anyway. So, tackling high-interest debt should be an absolute top priority. It's about stopping the bleeding and then redirecting that cash flow towards things that actually build your net worth. Make a plan, whether it's the snowball or avalanche method, and attack that debt with a vengeance. Your future self will thank you profusely. All right, this next one is a biggie, and it's something that so many people in their 30s push to the back of their minds: not saving enough for retirement. I get it, retirement can feel like a lifetime away when you're 32 or 35. You've got so much else going on: career, maybe a young family, trying to enjoy life. It's easy to think, oh, I'll worry about that later, I've got plenty of time. But trust me on this, that later comes around a lot faster than you think, and plenty of time is your most valuable asset right now, an asset that diminishes with each passing year. Waiting until your 40s or, heaven forbid, your 50s to get serious about retirement savings is a monumental mistake. Not saving enough for retirement is also a huge mistake. Your 30s might seem too early to think about retirement, but trust me, it's not. The reason it's so critical to start now, even if it's just small amounts, is because of the eighth wonder of the world: compound interest. I talk about this all the time, but it bears repeating. Compound interest is a powerful force, and the earlier you start saving, the more time your money has to grow exponentially. It's not just your contributions growing, it's the earnings on your contributions also earning money. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger and bigger all by itself, but it needs a long hill time to really pick up serious momentum. The earlier you start, the less heavy lifting you have to do yourself later on. Someone who starts saving consistently in their 20s or early 30s might only need to save a relatively modest percentage of their income to reach a comfortable retirement. But if you delay until your 40s, you'll have to save a much, much larger chunk of your income to catch up, which can put a serious strain on your budget and lifestyle. And if you wait until your 50s, it becomes incredibly difficult, sometimes almost impossible, to build an adequate nest egg. So even if it's just contributing enough to get your employer match in a 401k or opening a Roth IRA with a small automatic monthly transfer, start now. Don't let this decade slip by without prioritizing it. Let's talk about something that can derail even the best-laid financial plan's unexpected emergencies. And the big mistake here? Not having an emergency fund in place. This one can be a major, major financial regret. Life is, by its very nature, unpredictable. Your car breaks down, you have an unexpected medical bill, your trusty washing machine decides to flood the laundry room, or worse, you experience a sudden job loss. These things happen, they're not a matter of but. And if you're not prepared, these curveballs can send your finances into a tailspin, forcing you into some really tough spots. Without a cushion to fall back on, you might be forced to go into debt or make tough financial decisions that can set you back significantly. Suddenly, that high-interest credit card becomes your only option to cover a repair, undoing all your hard work to pay down debt. Or you might have to dip into your retirement savings, incurring penalties and taxes, and derailing your long-term goals. An emergency fund isn't lost money or money that's not working for you. Its job is to provide security and protect your other financial goals. It's your financial shock absorber, preventing a small problem from becoming a full-blown catastrophe. So, how much should you have? The general rule of thumb is 3 to 6 months' worth of essential living expenses. That means enough to cover your rent or mortgage, utilities, food, transportation, and other non-negotiables if your income suddenly disappeared. It might seem like a lot to save, and it won't happen overnight, but start small and be consistent. Set up an automatic transfer to a separate high-yield savings account each payday. Even $50 or $100 a month adds up. The peace of mind that comes with knowing you have that buffer is priceless. It allows you to navigate life's inevitable bumps without derailing your entire financial journey. Don't skip this, it's foundational. All right, the final mistake we're covering today, and it's one that often gets overlooked when people are laser focused on traditional savings and investments, is not investing in yourself. This is absolutely crucial, especially in your 30s, a decade where your career trajectory can really take off. Investing in yourself might mean spending money on education, going back to school for an advanced degree, or getting specialized skills training or certifications that can significantly boost your earning potential. It's about increasing your human capital, which is arguably your most valuable asset. You are the engine that generates your income, so keeping that engine well-maintained and upgraded is common sense. By investing in yourself, you're increasing your value in the job market and opening up new opportunities for growth. Think about it. A new skill could lead to a promotion, a certification could allow you to command a higher salary, or further education could pivot you into a more lucrative or fulfilling career path entirely. These aren't expenses. They're investments with potentially massive returns down the line. It could be taking an online course, attending industry conferences, hiring a career coach, or even just dedicating time to reading books and learning new things relevant to your field. The landscape of work is constantly changing, and staying stagnant is a surefire way to get left behind. This doesn't always mean shelling out thousands of dollars either. Sometimes it's about investing your time and effort. But if a particular course or certification has a clear path to a higher income, the cost can often be justified as a smart financial move. Don't be afraid to spend money on things that will enhance your skills, knowledge, and ultimately, your ability to earn more over your lifetime. A higher income then allows you to save more, invest more, and reach your other financial goals faster. So, while you're diligently saving for retirement and paying down debt, make sure you're also allocating resources, time, and money to your own personal and professional development. It's a powerful lever for long-term financial success. So, there you have it. My top tips for navigating your 30s without accumulating a pile of financial regrets. To wrap it up, avoiding financial regret in your 30s requires being proactive and intentional with your money. By understanding common mistakes, like not tracking your spending or ignoring debt, creating a solid financial plan that includes an emergency fund and retirement savings, and making smart decisions like investing in yourself, you can set yourself up for long-term success and peace of mind. It's not about perfection. It's about progress and making conscious choices that align with your future goals. This decade is truly a launch pad. The habits you build now, the systems you put in place, they will compound over time, for better or for worse. Choose to make them work for you. It might seem like a lot to tackle, but even small, consistent steps in the right direction can make a monumental difference. Start with one thing. Maybe it's tracking your expenses for a month, or setting up that first automatic transfer to a savings account. The key is to start. If you've had any financial experiences in your 30s that you'd like to share, please comment below. I'd love to hear from you and learn from your experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And finally, if you found this helpful and you're looking for more financial tips and advice, please don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really does help the channel out, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos. I've got a ton of resources to help you achieve your financial goals, from detailed breakdowns on investing to strategies for saving more money. Thanks so much for watching, good luck with your finances, and I'll see you in the next video.